Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I make these sculpted gel nail extensions in a reverse French. So let's take a look at what we're starting with. So these are my soaked off natural nails from my last video. And I'm just going to clean them up a little bit more. Can you tell this bottle's brand new? This is my cuticle remover by Blue Cross. Pro tip, it's cheaper to buy at Sally Beauty than on Amazon. And I put it in a little handy dropper bottle. Makes my life easier. So I'm just going to push back all the cuticle. I am gentle, the video's just sped up. So this was that nail from my last video. I cut it a little too short. My hyponychium, you can see it peeking through at the bottom. That's it right there, that's skin, and that has nerve endings, and it's very sensitive. So just be mindful of that with your clients. If they have long hyponychiums, just be careful when you're cutting their nails. Now I'm just scraping off any excess dead cuticle that's on the nail plate. I love this tool, just gets right in there. This is also from Sally Beauty. It was $4. Highly recommend it. And now I'm just trimming off any leftover dead skin. On my own nails, I'm like the queen of over nipping them, so don't judge me. I'm doing my best. On my clients, I definitely don't overcut them, but on myself, for some reason, I just do. And so now I'm gonna start prepping. So I'm using this 180 grit arbor band. And so I'm just gonna turn on the e-file and season it with the nail file. This is just so that I don't cut myself, because the edges of the arbor band can be very sharp. And so you just want to gently, this is at normal speed, you like, I'm very, very gently just skipping over the natural nail plate, just removing surface shine. So I'm just looking for any of the shiny areas left over, focusing the camera, and then going in and just tidying that up. So I've got GelPot clear, and I'm just going to put a base coat on. This gel does not require an actual base coat, but I just wanted to put a coat of clear just on top of all of my nails. In hindsight, I should have used the pink, because I was using the pink for all of them for the base color. Always hindsight is 20/20, but it's okay. It's no biggie. It's very thin coat anyway. Just want to make sure you get right in there. And once you're done, cure all 5 or 30 seconds. So here's me struggling to put on my nail form. These ones are like super sticky. The struggle is real. So what I should have done, which I normally do with clients, is I'll fit it. I'll find out where the nail reaches the side, and I'll cut it like this. Sometimes I'll cut more out, which I should have, because like the skin next to my nails is like kind of like chunky, like it's like puffy. So I could have cut some out of the side of the form to make it fit better. But I was being lazy. Full disclosure, being lazy, and I just wanted to like just throw it on. I fitted it underneath my nail, and then you can watch me. Come on. There we go. Okay. Got the slit so that it fits better. And we will start with the free edge. So not everyone does this. I like to do this. I like to build the free edge out in clear first, because I don't believe in sticking the free edge to the edge of the like pink nail part, like the reverse part. So this is like what I do. I like to like build the little foundation, get my little like extension there. Depending on what you're doing, you could make it a little thicker if it makes your life easier and because you're afraid it might break. But I kind of made it just a little like thicker where the nail meets the form. And then I cured it for 60 seconds. And then now I'm coming in with GelPot Nude number 3. I love this one, it's my favorite. So I'm just gonna come in and start at the cuticle area with my big bead, and I'm just gonna like very, very gently like work my way down the sides, like get in the cuticle first, leave the bulk of the product in the middle, and then I'm just gonna kind of walk it down into the shape that I want it to be in. So it's gonna be like a nice little like dip in the nail. It's gonna go a little further past the free edge of my natural nail, and it's gonna obviously start running, right? So what you want to do is work slightly fast. If you need to, flip your hand upside down to keep the product from running, and then cure it. Then this is a slightly sped up version, but you want to build up the edge a little bit more than the rest of the nail. If you need more, you can add more later or add more a third time, but I've kind of built it up enough that there's enough of an apex. So once it's all cured, wipe it all off, and I'm coming in with my medium grit panna bit, and I'm just gonna start gently digging in there and making that shape of the French. And so if you're not good with an e-file, this will be hard. I tried to do it with my non-dominant hand and I cut myself. So learn from my mistakes. This is why I'm practicing on myself. So this is my dominant hand that I'm using. I'm using my left hand because I'm left-handed. So I'm not going to cut myself because I'm pretty stable with the e-file in this hand. So I'm just going to try and like just define it a little more, work it in there. Be very careful not to dig into the clear portion that you just sculpted out. That's the tricky part with this. Because I'm using self-leveling gel, now I'm filing it just to like clean it up. But when you're using self-leveling gel, it's like runny, so you're gonna like kind of like cut into it. So if you leave a thin layer of the pink, that's fine. Do your best to get up into the corners as much as you can. I'll show you what I did throughout, because I definitely didn't get into the corners as hard as I should have. And so right now I'm just leveling out the nail and making it come straight out from the nail bed, so that it makes finish filing much easier, because this shape is already defined, like the side part. And so I cleaned everything up, and now I'm coming in with double denim from the GelBottle. I love this blue, it is so beautiful. I've been wanting to do some nail art with this for a while, and I don't know, I thought this design was like kind of wintry, even though it has butterflies. Like, it's blue, it's glittery, it's kind of like whimsy, I don't know, very January, some Elsa vibes, you know. So I'm just kind of filling in as much of the blue as possible, but still trying to make it thin enough that it's not gonna like be undercured. And clearly I got it all over the sides of my fingers. So you want to wipe that off before you cure it. And now I'm gonna come in with my blending brush, not this one, but I'm gonna come in with there you go, my ombre brush. I'm just kind of like ombreing it down. I didn't make it as dramatic as I should have, because I didn't make these nails as long as I could have. But you just kind of like pat it in there, wipe it off if you need to. Cure the blue before you move on. And so now I'm just coming in with some clear after it's all cured. And honestly, you don't need a lot. Like, I kind of like went overboard, so I just kind of like wiped it all off. And I'm going to just be pressing in the glitter into this wet gel, okay? And I'm just using like, I'm not going to use the same brush that I went in and applied it with. I'm going to use like a shitty old brush that I don't care about. Okay. This brush is just old. So I've got this Heavenly Blue from Young Nails. It's like their Heavenly collection. I actually can't remember what the actual name of the blue is. But it looks really nice with this blue. And I've just got these like iridescent flakes, which I think they're from Amazon, I think. But you just kind of want to blend them together. I could have done glitter the whole way down, but I like the way it turned out. Just kind of mix them in there. Once you're satisfied with all of your glitters, you can go ahead and cure that. I'm just tidying everything up. And then now I'm going to go in with another coat of clear because I'm going to be putting in my little butterflies, which I also bought on Amazon. Don't need a lot of gel, just enough to let it get them to stick into it because you're going to put a clear coat on top after. And as you can tell, I did one nail at a time. It just felt more manageable for me because I didn't want to break the extension that I built before I had put any extra product on it. So now I'm using, this is the opposite end of my cuticle scraper, and I'm just dipping it into gel and then picking up the butterfly and then pressing it in there. Coming back out, picking another color. And it's okay because you can see it's kind of like, it may look like lumpy in there, but I'm going to apply more clear on top of that so that will disappear. This one ended up being, I think, 2 in 1. So you'll see it like splits apart. Oh no, not this one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, there's 2 there. I'm gonna get that other little guy off because they're just like, I guess, cut in the stack when they're made. So don't worry if there's any like gel over top of them. It's clear, so you're gonna apply more clear on top of that anyway. So once you're satisfied with the placement, just cure them. And then now we're going to come in with some more clear and encapsulate everything all together. So nice big dollop of clear. I think I go in for some more. Finish building out the structure of your nail. And so part of the reason why I like circle the brush like that is to get air bubbles out. That helps get air bubbles out and it helps me move the product around. So if you're ever wondering why nail techs do that, you can actually just circle the brush around to get out air bubbles. You can do that with any gel that you're using. That will get your air bubbles out. Just trying to make sure I've coated everything. Take a look from the side. Looks pretty good. If it's chunkier at the end, it's fine. You're going to file it. No biggie. Right? So here's all 4 done. They're not filed, except for the pinky, but don't look at that one yet. And then I finished my thumb, just wiping them off. And I had honestly gotten so much gel like stuck to the sides of my fingers. Like, big lessons learned. Like, I haven't done a nail like this on all 5 nails in a very long time, so this is like still new territory for me. So yeah, see, I'm coming in, I'm just like pulling my skin off. It happens. So now I'm gonna go and start finish filing. You'll see I'd already finished filed some of my other nails, so like my hand is covered in dust. So you want to start at the cuticle area, just try and make that as flush as possible. I'm coming in with my, this is the same bit from Pana. It's a medium, it's the 5-way one, so it spins in both directions for someone like me who's left-handed. And I do both my hands myself, so it's good to have a bit that spins both directions. And so now I'm just coming in and like trying to define that area where the smile line is, because I want it to be crisp. But what I noticed is that because in the corners I didn't get close enough at first, the corners were kind of like cut off essentially. So I will show you later on how I fixed that. But for now, you can just see my methods of finish filing. When I start using a hand file, I did cut the video down, but you kind of like go down like the shaft of the nail to kind of like even everything out. So first I want to come in and get the general shape of the nail for the free edge part. Make it nice and straight. Untuck any glue. Get those corners nice and even, because I hate that if they're not perfectly flush to the nail. So yeah, so this is what I mean. I'm going up and down like the shaft of the nail and just like evening it out. I'm thinning it out. So I'm kind of like digging more into the front part of the nail as opposed to the back, because that's pretty done. So the pressure is towards the front of the like the free edge of the nails to make it thinner. And so you just kind of want to do that so you can make it more like visually appealing. And I have another video where it is not, I didn't file correctly. I must have been tired. And then when I painted them, they looked like really like chunky in a bad way. So you want to make, I want to make the nails look nice and thin. Oh, if you made it this far, here's my buddy. He was actually laying on me while I was filming. I love him so much. So this is what I was talking about when I fucked up the corners. Sorry if YouTube, you have to bleep me out there. But yes, the corners, I just like went in with the blue and just like touched it up. In the lighting, it looks like very noticeable, but in my photos you can't really tell. And then this one I kind of overfiled it just ever so slightly. I mean, for a client, they might not like this, but honestly, like, I've had these on for a couple weeks and I can barely notice the little corners that I touched up. So for someone who's like super picky like me, I actually like can barely tell. So just like a little hack. If you need to touch them up, make them look more crisp and perfect. If you wanted, you can even do like the whole edge of the smile line to kind of make it look more like it belongs there. But that's like a lot of extra effort that I don't want to do. So cure it, and then we're going to top coat all of them, which I love this part. Especially when you have filed glitter, like you see that? It looks so noticeable there, but it's not, I swear. Yeah, like the lighting makes the contrast look like really dark, but you'll see photos. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please like it. If you aren't subscribed already, please subscribe. I love meeting new people. If you liked anything in particular, please comment down below. And if you have like ideas or things you want to see or learn about, I am so happy to share. Yeah, really am grateful to everyone who watches my videos. I really appreciate it, and enjoy these last few bits of the video because I've got some photos of the nails. And yeah, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Not me showing you my mistakes. I overfiled that middle finger on that one side, so just wanted to show you guys that. But thank you. Now look at these still shots.